Stress is really important too. We tend to do a lot of tests at low stress because it's conservative, but as we bring up the stress, the conductivity comes down, and I think it's important to factor that in. I guess the other point I want to make is the swell index test, and John said this nicer than I would have. It's a variable. If we get a swell index test that's inconsistent with our traditional thinking, which is usually 15 milliliters per 2 grams, kind of a threshold for a lot of people. For these materials, it's not really relevant because they don't function on swelling. So that's just one piece of information. If you run these tests and you get a low swell index from your lab early on, don't get excited. Go through the process, run the hydraulic conductivity tests, run them to equilibrium, and evaluate whether it's going to work. And I would also be very careful about putting swell index into specifications for these materials, because that can constrain you in a way that you probably don't want in the field, and it's not really going to help you. Okay, we have another one of these coming up in the fall that Pat Fox is going to do with John on stability.
Pat and I are going to do that one, and then there'll be a couple more after that.
But I think the key thing that's come out of this is that there's a very well-defined process now. We don't necessarily have it all standardized by which to use these materials and to create solutions for a lot of these complicated projects that we didn't have a good answer to even a couple of years ago. But it's different than what we've been doing before. We got to put more emphasis on the chemistry and more emphasis on the testing early on to get going.